Welcome students. This is the first part of open circuit PN junction diode. In this video I will introduce you to PN junction diode, its physical structure, operation in open circuited mode and its equilibrium condition. After this I will tell you the important concepts and frequently asked questions from the topic. So please watch the video completely and thoroughly and do not forget to subscribe the channel for more contents. So let's start with the topic. Students, in the series of analog electronic circuit, till now you have studied about semiconductors. Now you will see how semiconductors are used in electronics. Semiconductor devices that you will study in this series are PN junction diode, bipolar junction transistor, field effect transistor, and in this FET there are two topics, junction FET and metal oxide semiconductor FET. This video will focus on PN junction diode in open circuited condition, which means that there is no applied voltage. External terminals are left open. So now let's see, in the PN junction diode, here P and N refers to the P type and N type semiconductor materials, and here the junction word is used because the P type material and the N type material comes into the contact and junction is formed. So this is the junction, that's why this is a junction device. And diode is taken from the word dielectrode, means two electrodes. So the first electrode is anode and the second one is the cathode, and these anodes and cathode terminals are left open, that's why open circuited PN junction diode. Now let's recall about the P type and N type extrinsic semiconductors. So in the P type, the holes are the majority carriers and the charge of the holes are neutralized by an equal amount of bound negative charge associated with the acceptor atom, and similarly in N side the electrons are the majority carriers and their charge is neutralized by an equal amount of bound positive charge associated with the donor ion. There are also thermally generated minority carriers. So electrons in P type and holes in the N type. These are the minority carriers. So in PN junction diode, the P type material is in contact with the N type material. Actually both P and N regions are the part of same silicon crystal. So after making a contact, what do you think, what will happen now? If you consider this as a single device, then there is a concentration difference of the charge carriers. In the P type, the holes are the majority carriers and the concentration is high, while the concentration of holes are lower in the N side. So that's why the concentration gradient is created and the majority carriers will move, the holes will move from P to N, and similarly the electrons are the majority carriers of N region and they will move from N to P, and this will constitute a current that is called the diffusion current in the direction from P to N side. Now the holes that diffuse across the junction into N region will soon recombine with some of majority carriers of N region. Due to recombination process, the disappearance of carriers takes place. In the same way, electrons which move from N to P side, they will also recombine with the majority carriers of the P, that is the holes, and they will also disappear. So what will left behind? They left the bound uncovered charges, and these are the acceptor and donor ions. So there will be a region close to junction which is depleted of free carriers, and this region contains uncovered bound positive and negative charges. This carrier depleted region will exist on both sides of junction, with N side positively charged and the P side is negatively charged. It is called depletion region or the space charge region. Now students, these charges on both sides of the depletion region cause an electric field to be established. So can you tell me what will be the direction of this electric field? Because here it is positive and here it is negative, so direction of the electric field will be from N to P side, and this electric field results into a potential difference across the depletion region with the N side at a positive voltage relative to the P side, and this voltage drop acts as barrier for further movement of majority carriers. The larger barrier voltage, the smaller the number of carriers will be able to overcome this barrier and hence lower the magnitude of the diffusion current. From this we can conclude that the diffusion current strongly depends on the voltage drop across the depletion region, and this voltage barrier or built-in voltage is given by the equation, this one. Here you can see that the barrier voltage is proportional to the carrier concentration and also the temperature. For silicon, its typical value ranges from 0.6 to 0.9 volt at the room temperature, that is the 300 Kelvin. Now students, here I want to ask you that what voltage will be measured between open circuited PN junction terminals? Think about it and reply me in the comment section, and I will give you answer in my next video also. So after the development of the depletion region, what next? Here we can see that there is an electric field because of these immobile charges. So the voltage barrier occurs, but due to this electric field, what do you think, how it will affect the minority carriers of P and N regions? You have already studied about this, that in presence of the electric field, the minority carriers of the N region, that is the hole, will drift towards the P side, and the minority carriers of P region, that is the electrons, will drift towards the N side. And this movement of the minority carriers will constitute the drift current in the direction of the electric field. Now since we are talking about the open circuit PN junction, which means there will be no external current exist. Here you can say that under open circuit conditions, the two opposite currents across the junction must be equal in magnitude, and this is the equilibrium condition, and this equilibrium condition is controlled by the barrier voltage or the built-in voltage. Now let's see the process of maintaining the equilibrium condition by the barrier voltage. So the diffusion current and the drift current should be equal in the equilibrium condition of open circuited PN junction. So there can be two possibilities, either the diffusion current is greater than the drift current or it is smaller than the drift current. Now taking the first case, if the diffusion current is greater than the drift current, which means that more and more majority carriers are crossing the junction, so it will widen the depletion region, and if depletion region is widened, it means the barrier voltage will also increase. And you have already seen that if barrier voltage is increasing, then the diffusion current will reduce, and it keeps on decreasing until the equilibrium condition is achieved. And in the second case, where the diffusion current is smaller than the drift current, it means the depletion region is decreasing, and decrease in the depletion region will also reduce the voltage barrier, which will motivate more and more majority carriers to cross the junction, and hence it will increase the diffusion current in response, and it will keeps on increasing again in such a way to achieve the equilibrium condition. Now let's recall all the important concepts of the video. The first one is the PN junction diode is referred to that semiconductor electronic device in which a P-type and N-type semiconductor materials comes into the contact and form a junction. And diode is taken from the word dielectrode, means two terminals semiconductor electronic device. The next point is the diffusion current in the PN junction diode. P-type material has majority of holes. The concentration of holes are higher in P region and lower in the N region, which will cause a diffusion of the holes from P to N side, and similarly electrons will diffuse from N to P side, and this will constitute a diffusion current in the direction P to N. And if the holes and electrons are diffusing in such a way that it is creating a diffusion current, then there are chances that these holes may recombine with some of the majority carriers at the side of the N region, and similarly for the electrons, So when they recombine, they will disappear and they leave behind some immobile ions. And the region is created around the junction which is depleted of the free carriers. That's why it is called depletion region or the space charge region. This region constitutes the immobile ions, positive at the N side and negative at the P side. These charges, an electric field is established in the direction from N to P, and this electric field causes a voltage drop across the depletion region, and the voltage drop is called as barrier voltage or the built-in voltage, and its purpose is to demotivate or to reduce the flow of majority carriers, and it is given by this equation. You can see that voltage drop across the depletion region is proportional to the carrier concentration and also the temperature. Moreover, the electric field which is established around the depletion region will also motivate the minority carrier to drift from P and N regions. So the minority carrier in N region are holes, so they will also drift towards the P side, and similarly the electrons from the P region will move towards the N side, and this constitute the drift current. Since we are studying about the open circuited PN junction diode, which means that there should not be any external current, and hence these two opposite currents, the diffusion current and the drift current, should equate each other, and this is called the equilibrium condition of the open circuited PN junction, and this equilibrium condition is controlled by the barrier voltage. Now let's see the frequently asked questions from the topic. The first one is, diffusion current is greater than drift current in an open circuit PN junction. Is it true or false? Next one, in a PN junction diode, if p-type semiconductor is heavily doped, then how will it affect the depletion region in open circuited condition? The next, what is the space charge region in an open circuit PN junction and why it is named so? And the last one is, name the factors on which the barrier voltage of an open circuit PN junction depends upon. So these factors are the carrier concentration and the temperature. So in this video you have studied about the physical structure and operation of open circuited PN junction diode. In my next video I will tell you about the width of and charge stored in the depletion region. So that will be analytical video. I hope you like this video. So please subscribe the channel for more contents and share it. If you have any queries regarding analog electronic circuit, digital electronics, microprocessors, microcontrollers, VLSI design, VLSI EDA tools, so you can write me in the comment section or you can mail me. My mail ID is given in the description of the video. Thank you so much and have a nice day.